What is up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome to another part of our pixel art tutorial for Rengoku, the Flame Hashira from Demon Slayer. So where we last left off, we finished up most of his face detail, and I think we're gonna do some clarification or just some cleanup in this part. Nothing too fancy. I think the lower half of him is missing some detail that I think I would like to get done now, and that'll make it look a lot cleaner for when we're ready to start doing the shading. So let's move in towards where we last left off, towards the chin area over here. As you can see, we have a couple of dirt block markers all over, and let's do the collar first, and we can use that to branch into other things. So let's find this pillar of 5 vertical we have marked right here that you can see on the right hand camera screen where we're working with, and we can go to the bottom block in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay, I was just double checking. On the bottom block, we're gonna go to the left side of it and add 1 coal, and then what we're gonna do is put a placement block underneath it so that we can go down into the right 2 flat, and we're gonna do that 3 times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2, and finally 1, 2, that's 3. Perfect. My sensitivity still feels a little bit off, sadly, but you know, I'll get used to it again. Anyways, from here we're gonna put a placement block to the bottom, and we're gonna go down into the right 3 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2. And from this 2 flat, this is actually like one of the center points in his collar. So what we can do is on the left block, we can actually add, so the left block, this one right here, we can add 18 pieces of coal underneath it. So count carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And as you can see, it met up with the line we had down here of 9 flat, so that's perfect. Before we continue going back up to the top right there, because we did that to the left block and we're going to work with the right block, let's actually do a little bit of the button down here. So where we just connected to the 9 flat, let's go below it, and we're going to put 2 placement blocks underneath. 1, 2, just like that, so you can see it extends straight down, and then 1 coal. From that coal, we're going to add 2 to the left, 1, 2, and 2 to the right, 1, 2. Now that we have this 5 flat, we can go to the left side and go down into left 1 single, down into left 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down into the right 1 single, down into the right 5 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're gonna just do what we did on the left side to the right side. So we're gonna go up into the right 1 single, up into the right 6 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to connect to the 5 flat up there just by going up into the left 1 single. Perfect. So that just completes the little button in his jacket. So we can now go back up to what we just built off and actually go to the right block in it. So from the right block in this 2 flat, we're going to go up into the right 2 flat again. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, up into the right 4 flat, and we're going to do that 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 3. Now let's go back and delete these extra dirt blocks now. From there, we're going to go up into the right now, 3 flat, 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, that's 2, and 1, 2, 3, that's 3. So if you look at the right hand camera screen, you can kind of see that the jacket isn't really connecting too much right now, and that's because we're missing portions of his hair and the right side of his neck, so we're going to do that right now. So anyways, from those 3 flats we just placed, we're going to go up into the right 2 flat again, up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, up into the right 2 flat again, 1, 2, and then from that 2 flat we can branch into 2 directions. First, what we're going to do is on the right block, we're going to add 5 pieces of coal to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what we're also going to do is put a placement block underneath this right block, so like this. And we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. So now you can see the 2 directions that the neck is being built into. The right side is a little bit easier to connect. The top side is a little bit easier to connect, so we'll do that right now. All we're going to do is from the 5 vertical we added to the top, we're going to go up into the right 4 vertical, so place and block on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then finally up into the right 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. As you can see, it met up with this placement block we already had waiting here, so you can actually delete that placement block now. That was just a line to make sure the neck goes down into his collar, which we just completed. So we can trace this back down now, and instead of the top side of this thing we built, we can go to the bottom where we had the 2 vertical just hanging by itself, and we can go underneath it with our placement block and go down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 1 single, like so. And from that single, we can split into doing the hair, or we can also go and finish up the collar. So I'm going to mark it for now. Let's finish up the hair first, and then we'll come back to the collar. So to finish up the hair, all we'll have to do is from that single, we're going to add 2 more coal to the right. 1, 2, like so. From this first coal to the right we just placed, all we're going to do is we're going to put 2 on top and 2 below it. 1, 2, like that. 1, 2 below. Then on the right block, all we're going to do is we're going to add 7 below it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you see it met up at the diagonal of that 5 vertical we had waiting right there. So that's perfect. We can actually delete that placement block now. Now you can see we added the 7 below to this block, and then we added 2 above and 2 below this block. From the blocks that we added 2 above to, so right here, I want you to go up into the right 2 vertical from it. 1, 2. And let me just zoom out so you can see what we're working with, because that is kind of confusing. Where we added the 2 verticals to the top, all I did was add 2 vertical going up and to the right. That's a simpler way to put it. Alright, we're ignoring this single and the 7 below we put to it. We're done with that for now. Anyways, from those 2 verticals we just added, we can then put 2 coal to the right of the top block. So find the top block and then put 2 coals to the right. 1, 2, just like that. From the first block that we just added to the right, we're going to put 3 below it. 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna put 2 above it. 1, 2, just like this. From the 2 above, we're then gonna go up into the left 1 single, so placement block to the top or left side. 1, and then we can go to this block on the right, the second one that we haven't touched yet, and all we're going to do is we're gonna go down into the right 3 vertical from it. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And as you can see, the 2 vertical ended at the bottom block in this little extension piece we have. So if it lines up perfectly, that means you did it correctly. Now what we're going to do is go back to the 5 vertical we just placed right over here and find the middle block in it. So the 3rd from the top or 3rd from the bottom. And we're going to put 1 coal to the right. We're then going to go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block in it. And we're going to put 1 coal to the right. And then from that 1 coal to the right, we're going to just put 1 below it. Once you have this 4-block shape, we're going to go to the bottom right corner right here. And I want you to put a placement block underneath it so that we can go down into the right 1 single. Down into the right again, 5 vertical now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops, 5. And from that 5 vertical, what we're going to do is find the 3 middle blocks. I guess we're just going to skip the top and bottom block. And we're going to add an extra coal to the right of each of these. So 1, 2, 3. Now what we're going to do is work with these 3 that we have on the right over here. We're going to go to the top block in it and put a placement block on top. And go up into the right 2 vertical now. 1, 2. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 2 vertical, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block on top. 1, 2, that's 2. From there, we actually need to bring this back down towards this little shoulder part right there. So, in order to get that layer, what we're going to do is something a little cheeky. First, what we're going to do is from this 2 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block in it. And we're going to put 2 pieces of coal to the right. 1, 2, like this. From the first coal to the right, what we're going to do is add an extra block below it. And then 10 blocks on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then from the second block to the right we have right here, what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 block on top, like so. And then what we're going to do is below it, we're also going to go down into the right, 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And as you can see, it met up at the diagonal with what we already had right here. So you can actually get rid of this placement block that was right here already. That was just in case we didn't get to the hair from that side. But we're going to do a little bit of backtracking now. So from the 6 vertical we just created, let's follow this back up. And on the top block in the 6 vertical, we're going to go up into the right 4 vertical from it. So placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is kind of confusing, so let me just kind of zoom out so you can see what we're working with here. So this 6 vertical right here is what we just connected to the build that was already there. And all we did was go to the top block in it, and we went up into the right 4 vertical. Alright, that's not touching this other shape we had waiting right here, but it's all going to connect in the end. Anyways, from the 4 vertical we have on this right corner, we're going to go to the bottom block in it, and we're going to go down into the right 6 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, it's equal in length to this little plank we have over here on the left side. Now what we're going to do is, counting from the top, we're going to count down 3 blocks on that 6 vertical. So 1, 2, 3. And on that 3rd block, we're going to just put 1 coal to the right. And from that 1 coal to the right, we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Perfect. So you should have something that looks like this. Now from there, what we're going to do is go back up to the 4 vertical we have right here, except from the not from the bottom block anymore. We're going to go to the top block, and I want you to put a placement block on top so that we can go up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And it should connect to this little 10 strip we had before that was just kind of doing nothing. Alright, looking good. Now what I want you to do is we're going to kind of resort back over to this 10 strip, because all we needed to do was connect back to it. We still have this block that's going straight up that has nothing connected to it. But before we go up there, well, let's go to the left side of it where we have this 2 vertical just hanging off right here. And I want you to, instead, we're going to work with the 2 vertical first. We're going to go up and to the left from it, 2 vertical 2 times in a row. Just a little bit of a side tangent. So 1, 2, 1, 2, just like that. That's all we're going to do with that. We just zoom out so you can see. So you see the left side, we just added those 2 verticals. And that's just for hair. That's for hair shape. Now what we can do is go back to the 10 vertical right here and work with the top block in it. And from that top block in the 10 vertical, we're going to be putting our placement block on the top each time now. Let's go up into the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the left 1 single. Up and to the left, 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the left, 1 single. Up and to the left, 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. And then from that 3 vertical, what we can actually do is there's going to be like this hair L shape. So, what can we do from there? We're going to go up and to the left, 1 single to start, like so. And from that single block, we're going to put 2 blocks on top of it. 1, 2. And then we're going to go back to that single block again. And we're going to put 5 blocks to the right. Whoops, I accidentally deleted. 5 blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now once we have that 5 strip on the right going, it should be 6 in length because we had the first block here and we added 5 more. So just make sure you double check. Don't need you guys getting lost. But what we're going to do is from that 5th block, we're going to go underneath it and put a placement block. And then we're going to put a coal underneath that. From that coal, we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down into the right 10 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And from that 10 flat, we're going to go to the second to last block from the right side. So this one right here. And we're going to put 1 coal underneath it. And now, instead of putting placement blocks on top, we're going to be putting placement blocks on the bottom because this is just kind of a zigzag pattern we're putting in the hair. So placement block underneath. And we're going to go down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. Down into left 2 flat. 1, 2. From the right block into 2 flat, we're going to go down into the right 6 singles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down into the right 3 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. That's 1. 1, 2, 3. That's 2. From the second set of 3 vertical, all we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom block in it, so this last one on the bottom, and we're going to put 1 coal to the left, and we're also going to go down into the right from that bottom block 1 single. So you can see we did this. From that block to the left, we're going to put our placement block to the left side and go up into the left 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. From that last set of 2 flats, so this one that's all the way up right here, we're going to go to the right block in it, and we're going to put 2 coal underneath. 1, 2. Then we're going to go down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from that 5 vertical, let's go to the bottom of it and find the second to last block. And we're going to add 1 coal to the left. Then we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then finally up into the left 1 single. 1. Like this. So looking at the right hand camera screen, you can see the little details in the hair. It's all coming together now. So if you've made it this far and yours looks like the right hand camera screen, pat yourself on the back, because like I said, I was going to skip this pixel art because it is one of the most confusing ones to build. So if you guys are able to keep along, I'm happy for you guys. But let's keep on working. So we're going to do a bit of backtracking right here. Let's go back a little bit up to where we had the 6 singles in a row right here. So you can see we just finished the block right here. If you just follow it back up, it's literally right here. There's 6 singles in between the 2 flat and the 3 vertical. So once you find those 6 singles, we're going to go to the bottom one in the 6. So this one right here. And I want you to go to the right side of it and put 5 placement blocks going to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After those 5 placement blocks, we're going to put 1 coal, like so, and then you can get rid of the placement blocks. From that one coal, we're going to go down into the right one single. But we're also going to go up into the left 2 singles from it. So 1, 2 in the opposite direction. So now we have this. Then we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Perfect. Now we're going to do some more backtracking, and I want you to go to the 10 flat that we had a little bit higher than the 6 single. So you can see the 6 singles right here. If we go back even higher, we have a 10 flat right there. So all of this is really close together. From that 10 flat, if we find the 6th block from the left side, so start from the left side and count over 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All we're going to do is on top of that, put 4 placement blocks going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have this. And on top of that, we're going to put 1 coal. Now you can delete those placement blocks once you have that 1 coal there. From that 1 coal, we're going to put a placement block to the top or left side. And we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then finally 1, 2. Perfect. And let's get rid of these. We're going to do the same thing again with the placement blocks and go up into the left 3 vertical now 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, that's 1. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. Perfect. From that last set of 3 verticals we just placed, let's go to the top block in it, so this one right here, and we're going to put a placement block to the left side, and then a coal after that. And from that coal, we're just going to add 2 blocks to the top. 1, 2. Then we're going to go up into the left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement block on top. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Perfect. Now that we have those minor details ironed out inside the hair, what we can do now is go over to this left side where we left this hanging. We had this L shape earlier and kind of connected it to nothing. So let me just mark it so you can see, just in case. So it's a little bit down to the left from what we just built. So you can just see what we're working with. All right, hopefully you're able to locate that. And we're going to be going to the right side of that. And what I want you to do is put a placement block on the top side of the ending block. And from that placement block, we're going to put 1 coal on top and 2 coals to the right. 1, 2. Just like this. Then you can get rid of the placement block, and then we're going to work with the single. From that single, we're going to go up into the left, 3 more singles. 1, 2, 3. And then up into the left, 2 flat. So placement block to the top or left side. 1, 2. And if you zoom out, I think it should, yep, it's lined up exactly with this vertical right here, so you'll know if you did it correct or not. All right, from the left side of this block in this 2 flat, we're gonna add 9 more to the top of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Then what I want you to do is, counting from the bottom, we're gonna find 4 blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna add 1 coal to the right there. And then from the top, we're gonna count 3 blocks down. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna put 1 coal to the right there. And then from the very top, instead of counting down, we're just gonna put a placement block on top and go up and to the right, 11 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. So now if we zoom out, you can see we have 3 different points to work with. We put both of these singles right here that we can actually do something with, or the 11 vertical. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna work with this middle single actually, then the bottom single, and then everything should eventually connect back up with the top one. So from the middle single, or this one right here, we're just gonna put another block going up into the right 1 single, like so. And then we're gonna go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And that's it for the middle single, which is why I wanted to do it first, because we're already done with it. From the bottom single now, we're gonna go up into the right 1 single. So placement block to the top or right side. 1. Up and to the right 2 vertical, 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single, 1. Up and to the right 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And we're just putting a placement block on top each time for this segment, just because since it's rising up, it's kind of clear to where we're going. Anyways, we're going to go up and to the right 4 vertical from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block. And then finally, up and to the right 9 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I said finally, but we're not actually completely done with it, but I did want to zoom out real quick just so you can kind of see what we're doing. Alright, now that we have both of these shaped out, you can see we have the 9 vertical over here and then the 11 vertical right here. Let's go over to the 11 vertical on the left side right here and count down 3 blocks from the top. So 1, 2, 3. And on that 3rd block, we're just going to put 1 coal to the right side, like so. From that 1 to the right, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat from it. 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2. And then we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Let's trace back now to that single right here on the right side. And all we're going to do now is we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the right 1 single. And then up into the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. Now that we have that 2 vertical, you can see it connected to the 9 vertical we had waiting already, and just kind of connected at that diagonal. So we can leave that alone. But let's go over to the left side where we had the 11 vertical, and we're going to work with the top block now instead of counting down 3 blocks. So from the top block, let's put a placement block to the top or left side, and we're going to go up into the right 10 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From that 10, let's count down 3 from the top. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3rd block from the top, we're just going to put 1 coal to the right. We're then going to go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down into the right 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from that 6 flat, we're going to find the 2nd to last and 3rd to last block from the right side. So these 2 blocks right here. And we're going to double up and put another layer of coal on top of each. From that new layer of coal, we're going to be building up now and just kind of making this meet up with some of the hair we had up there. So let's go to the top left block in it. And we're going to go up and to the left. 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Then we're going to go to the top block in that 2 vertical, and on the right side we're going to add an extra coal. Then from there we're going to go up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up into the right 3 singles now. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. And now we're going to change direction. On the top block in that 2 vertical, we're going to put 7 blocks to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like that. We're then going to go up into the left 2 singles from the end. 1, 2. And from that top set of 2 vertical now, all we're going to do is add an extra block to the top. So like this. And from that extra block to the top side, what I want you to do is we're going to put 2 coal to the left. 1, 2, just like that. And 5 coal to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be 8 in total because we added 2 to the left and 5 to the right. Now from that 8, what I want you to do is we're going to go up into the right and hopefully meet up at the diagonal by going up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2. Perfect. So as you can see, it met up with the single that we had right there at the diagonal perfectly. Is there anything else we're missing right here? I think no. Let me just double check. So let's get rid of that placement block right here, because we connected to it, so we don't have to worry about it. And no, that's it for this part, so that's good. There are some shading parts that are going to happen with the hair coloring, but we're going to do that later, of course. So all we're going to do is worry about nothing for now. I'll do the face next time, and we can jump into that in greater detail. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this tutorial part. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.